Hello and welcome back, my friends, to another exciting day in Empires and Puzzles, and with this comes another opportunity for a brand new portal. This time around, it is the Astral Summon. There has been quite a few brand new portals in the last couple of days, so there's been a bunch of review videos, and there are currently actually a ton of different portals up right now, so it's something to keep in mind. But today we are here to take a look at the brand new Astral Demon that they have decided to grace us with, and it is Ibelis. Alright, Ibelis. So Ibelis here is going to be a yellow fighter. We do like fighters for their chance to resurrect. There's no complaints there. A reminder of what we get in the family bonus is a bonus for 1 or 2 heroes. This character will gain either 3 or 6% mana when taking special skill damage. This effect can activate once per turn. Then also, it gets either a 60 or 85% chance to cleanse all status ailments from this character when receiving special skill damage. So, a pretty strong self-cleanse of all effects, but it won't get to 100%. It's either 60 or 85%. But still very nice to be able to keep himself cleansed of negative effects. Can't complain there. We do get 3 separate passives. The first one up is going to be Hinder Mana. Reduce the amount of mana increased by special skills, passive skills, family bonuses, and status effects by negative 80%. This effect applies to all enemies in the battle. I think this is very similar to the Owl passive that used to exist. Pretty sure that they kind of functioned on the same level. Then we also have a resist negative mana effects. This character is immune to mana reduction as well as status ailments. Negative stacks that affect mana generation applies also to effects and status ailments that can block or steal mana. Okay, so basically this guy is immune to all different forms of mana effects, which is pretty interesting. I do like that as well. Mana control is one of the things that has been very prevalent in the meta, and probably has been one of the more consistent meta effects that have existed in the game over the years. So being able to be immune to mana effects is actually really strong. We do like that. Then we also have perfect accuracy. This guy can't miss his targets as well. So a very strong passive package for this particular character. Wait, give me back my... There we go. All right. Then also in the Aether Power department, we get attack up. So that is going to go ahead and give you that plus 20% attack for the first 6 turns, making your first hit probably stronger. Then last but not least down here, oh gosh, we get Sickle Trouble. And this will be operating at very fast. So another very fast hero, I've had a few of these recently, he's going to be dealing 310% damage to the enemies on the edges of the formation. If there's only one enemy, the damage is doubled. Reduce the mana of the enemies on the edges of the formation by 20%. If there's only one enemy, the mana reduction is doubled. The enemies on the edges of the formation receive Resonate for 2 turns. Resonate deals 708 damage each turn. Resonate deals 708 additional damage that reverberates to 2 random enemies. Okay, so reverberation is a effect that they added to the game. It says additional info here. Damage can't reverberate on the same target twice in a row. Reverberating damage is reduced after each hit. So yeah, okay. Very interesting. I'm still sort of wrapping my head around the concept of reverberate, but I will do my best to explain that to you all here as we go over the pros and cons of this particular demon. So, first of all, we do like that he's a fighter. We do love his passive package. We like a very fast hitter, right? Not only that, but this is a very fast hitter that is going to hit 2 separate targets at 310% damage. This is a lot of damage to be pumping out at very fast. I do like it, but I do want to point out that this is just a lot of damage. He's also going to be reducing the mana of 2 of your opposing enemies by 20% by hitting both the outer edges. So he's very fast at getting off, and then he's slowing down your opposing side. He's doing a significant amount of damage. And then he is also going to resonate for 708 damage. And what I don't understand about this, or what I'm trying to understand, it says the edges resonate for 2 turns. Resonate deals 708 damage each turn. Resonate then deals 708 damage that reverberates to 2 additional enemies. So it seems like 4 enemies will get hit with Resonate. So I don't understand if that's only 4 enemies get hit with 708 damage, period, or if it will then reverberate to someone else damage. I think it's supposed to then hit the nearby people as well. Again, this is where I'm a little bit lost on how Reverberate works. I have not received an Astral Demon yet to really play around with Reverberate, so I'm still, like I said, wrapping my head around it. But my point is this. Regardless of whether or not this is going to continue to sort of hit additional targets after the 708 damage, you are getting this clearly saying that it's going to do 708 damage to the targets on the edge of the formation, and then it will deal 708 damage to 2 additional targets as well. So regardless of anything, you're hitting 4 targets for a total of 2,800 damage on top of the 310% damage to 2 separate targets. This guy is just pumping out damage at a very, very, very fast level. I think that's his whole goal, right? His whole goal is to probably just push damage in unique and interesting ways. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where I rate this guy, right? Like, he's obviously very strong. He's no less than an 8. I'm having a hard time understanding, like, if this guy is functioning as well as I think he's doing for just pumping damage out, you can turn him into a wonderful piece for one of those teams that just does so much damage so quickly that the fight ends. I think that's really going to be his niche. He does do some mana cuts, but otherwise it seems like this guy is just purely and totally focused on pumping out damage quickly and efficiently. So let's say 8 to 9, and I say that because I feel like he's possibly a 9. I just don't understand Reverberate enough to fully claim that he's going to be at that 9 level, but he might be. And again, it's just because of the damage per turn that I think this guy can get out. At very fast, you really only need to get 2 color matches on the board at the start of a fight to already get this guy activated and affecting the entire field. So understand that the sheer amount of damage this guy pumps out and the lack of resources necessary to get there does make this guy a very strong offering. You can't even like kill him off that easily because he's a fighter. So like even if you do manage to kill him, he has that chance to resurrect. Yeah, I mean, just a relatively great character for pushing out damage. If you do pull him, congrats. I think you definitely level him and enjoy it. He's giving me Moon Knight vibes a bit with these sickles and the crescent moon type effects going on from them. But yeah, very interesting character. And if I think that's about all we have to say on that. Again, if you like what I do, there's a little button at the bottom right. You can click that, find me easier in the future. I do apologize. I am a little extra tired this morning, so don't mind the yawns. But we will see you next time, my friends. All right, bye for now.